everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Grace Morgan with the Taxpayers Protection Alliance, and today I'm joined by the CEO of Rhode Island Center for Freedom and Prosperity, Mike Stenhouse. Mike, thanks for joining.
Hey, great. We've got a long relationship with TPA, and we've done some great work together in the years past. Happy to be with you.
Absolutely. So it seems like since around March 16th, you can speak to this better than I can, the entire state of Rhode Island has been closed. Can you describe kind of how Rhode Islanders have dealt with this new normal?
Well, we are a very blue state. We tend, not we, but the people of Rhode Island tend to follow the lead of big government, and they tend to obey big government. We tend to think government overreaches a lot, our center, and that's our job, is to provide the other side of that debate. So the governor, while she would not rank very high in our estimation for the heavy-handed way in which she's handled this crisis, she is scoring high approval rankings right now, as high as 70-80% among the public for being out front. And
Sure.
it seems like a lot of people aren't too concerned about their rights right now.
Yeah.
We are, though.
Yeah, of course. And you guys, the Rhode Island Center for Freedom and Prosperity, have been doing great work to get the state reopened by providing detailed policies that could be implemented. Could you give an overview of some of the policies that you guys are proposing?
Well, before we even get to the policies, we don't have anybody to enact policies. And that's one of the problems we have in our state. Our General Assembly is cowardly. They're hiding under their desks at home. They don't want any involvement. They have resisted calls from the very small minority Republican Party, from groups like ours and others, to reconvene and to take proactive steps like other states are taking to try to pave the way for economic recovery, whether it's reducing regulations or some kind of tax or temporary suspensions of this or that. We've put out 30 such ideas, like you said, but they don't want to go back. They don't want the controversy. Like I said, we're very disappointed in the General Assembly. There are some. The only things they care about right now, it appears, is the state budget. They don't seem to be too interested in family budgets, small business budgets, and how they might help them, like so many other states are doing. And beyond that, they also have a constitutional duty to be a check on executive power. And our governor is.
Sure.
We're not lawyers, but we feel she may be going far behind her executive emergency power authorization by unilaterally, I should say, implementing restrictions, new mandates. She's warning of a new normal and much more regulatory restrictions when Rhode Island, we hope, goes into phase one next Monday on the 9th. But it's going to be ugly, and there is no General Assembly oversight right now, and it's very sad. So we've done, we've recommended everything from eliminating or temporarily suspending certificate of need laws.
Sure. Yeah.
Internet sales taxes, if we're encouraging people to stay home, then let's not tax them when they buy from home, like we've said. A number of regulatory reforms, both in the healthcare industry and for general business, so we can encourage people to get back to work. And if people are coming in from other states, let's have some reciprocal licensing, inspections, resume, let's ease some of those temporarily. Hey, we've even suggested, much of the dismay of union bosses, but we've even suggested that let's have a 3-month moratorium on these automatic government collected dues, so government workers can have more money in their pocket to spend on what we hope will soon be a recovering economy. So pretty much the same kind of ideas that other states are doing, but again, there's no process, there's no legislative body to implement them right now. And we certainly don't think they should be done by executive fiat.
Of course. And these seem like very common sense, straightforward reforms that kind of any state should follow if they wanted to ever reopen or, allow business to not operate as usual, because, you have to be aware of the health implications, but allowing the governor to kind of run rampant doesn't seem like the best solution for anyone. And just to follow up on businesses, there are almost 100,000 small businesses in Rhode Island. Have you heard from any of these businesses about how the COVID-19 has impacted them at all? And is there anything that they want the people to hear?
So yeah, I mean, I could go on forever on that one. I mean, we're getting crushed. That's the thing. We're getting crushed. I think on Monday we're going to, May 8th was the lockdown orders. So I think on Monday, May 9th or whatever day that is, the 10th, we're going to be coming into phase one. But sounds like, and I hate to use the term, but it sounds like it's going to be very Nazi-ish type restrictions on businesses. From what I'm hearing from people who've been small business people who've been on some of these conference calls with state officials, with the governor herself, industry heads in many cases, they are very, very much concerned that it's going to be such a tightly regulated, restrictive mode that business is going to be in that virtually eliminates any human interaction with each other. Many businesses just can't survive that. And I've had some industry heads tell me that if it's as bad as we think it's going to be, I can tell you that 50 to 70% of our businesses will not survive and will just shutter up permanently. They can't do it. So we will wait and see. Yesterday, the governor put a dagger in the heart of our economy. I mean, he basically shut down any summer activities. I mean, Rhode Island thrives on a summer. We have Newport, Rhode Island. Our beaches are gorgeous. We have a tourist industry is vitally important. Yesterday, the governor shut down any gatherings of 50 or more. That's going to kill our beaches. That's going to kill weddings. That's going to kill the festivals we have in Newport, the Newport Jazz Festival and others, parades. I mean, many towns thrive on Fourth of July parade. She's already shut all that down without even citing any data. I mean, it's really getting bad here. And then to top it all off, you've got the government, both local and federal, who are making it so attractive to stay home and collect unemployment checks.
Sure.
That we're hearing from employers now that they've just gotten their federal PPP money in, but they can't hire back the workers because they just want to stay home and collect. It's more beneficial. So we've got a real problem. In fact, we're putting together a public service announcement. We're hoping to encourage people to go back to work, even if you could make more sitting at home. So We've got some major problems. I don't think anybody can understand yet the wreckage that we're going to see once we get on the other side of this.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. And even in the proposed phase, I mean, every state seems like they have a different, every state landscape is different with whether it's phase one, phase two, et cetera. And even thinking about restaurants opening at 25% capacity, and that's going to cripple any kind of local or small restaurant, because how are you supposed to pay rent or, anything really, utilities, any kind of money you need that goes towards resources? You're not going to be recouping those funds if you are normally operate at 100% capacity.
Oh, exactly. And we haven't seen the regulations yet, but what the governor did say, yes, I mean, think how generous this is. Right now, we're under a 5-person gathering limit. Mm-hmm. Clearly violates First Amendment. Under phase one, it's apparently going to go all the way up to 10. So that's not going to help too many. Under phase two, it's going to go all the way up to 15. I mean, come on. That's
wild.
Come on.
That's crazy. And then going back to you're discussing the state budgets. The pandemic is creating we're seeing massive holes in state budgets. I know that you are struggling to get any kind of state legislators to reconvene, but what would be your kind of advice to them once they do reconvene?
Well, we are putting together a policy brief that we hope to have out in the next week or two at the most, with some ideas on. We need a disciplined budget process. Obviously, there's going to be massive and gaping holes in the budget because of the shutdowns. It's going to continue. We're looking, for the 2021 budget, which our General Assembly usually decides by the end of June. I don't know if they'll take extra time this year because of the pandemic and because they've been out for so long, but I don't know. But we're even looking at holding a public forum with some national and local experts on budgets and put some ideas forth. But the problem we're seeing right now, again, we have and it's always been our attitude here, that lawmakers in this state, including this governor, are relying 100% on federal bailouts. There is no talk of anything to adjust the budget, to prioritize spending,
Hmm.
to rethink some of the what are critical functions of government and what are not, and try to develop a budget that might actually match the revenues coming in. They are 100% reliant and hoping for federal money to be used to plug holes in the budget. And if that doesn't come, we're in big trouble here.
Absolutely.
So, and the governor said as much yesterday. I mean, she said it. We're looking for federal. I mean, that's no way. That's no way to run a budget. That's no way to run a state. It's no way to run an economy. And we don't know what's going to happen up there, but it's looking very ugly right
Yeah, absolutely. And you would think, I mean, common sense would dictate that you would take a look at your current budget and see where things could be cut, as anyone does when they go through a budget of their home or goes, anything like that. You would, or an organization, you would think that they would run it similarly to that, but obviously.
So we're going to recommend that certain core principles of government should be established, and then based on those core principles, what's a core function of government, what's an essential function of government, at least in today's world, what's a luxury and what's downright wasteful and unnecessary, and then based on those principles, you would set priorities. Okay, this fits, so this fits item number 1 or item number 2, therefore it's a high priority. This fits item number 3, this is wasteful. And if the money isn't there, then those things that are low on the priority list are going to have to be cut. Rather than make arbitrary decisions on what stays and what goes in the budget, we should have a process that prioritizes spending based on principles of government, of good governing. And that's the lessons. I don't think too many people are going to listen to us, but we're going to put it out there anyway.
Well, it's important just to get it out there so it's on
Yeah.
the books. So you can
Yeah.
say, we gave this all to them.
That's right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Here's a fun question for you.
I like fun. We need a little of that.
Yes, of course. As a former Major League Baseball player, what are your thoughts on the MLB and all sports shutting down, when they can start again, and playing to empty ballparks with no fans?
Well, I think it's a likelihood. I don't know if there'll be no fans, but there is so much money in television. Certainly their ratings. I think I mean, hey, I used to complain about the 4-hour baseball game, but I'd love to watch a 4-hour baseball game right now, to tell you the truth. I would gladly sit there and for night after night and watch a 4-hour baseball game right now.
Sure.
I think you're going to see games played. I think the stadiums, I don't know if they'll be empty or limited. But the TV is such a big ask. So much money is in the TV contracts right now. I can't imagine that. I can only imagine that might go up in value. Because so many more people will be watching, especially if they can't go to the game. Certainly, clubs are going to take a hit. Whether players have to take a little bit of a hit too with their salaries, I don't know. That's something that have to be worked out with the unions. But I expect we'll see baseball. I hope as early as June. And I pretty much expect we'll see a full NFL season. Again, fans, I don't know, but that might be a state by state kind of thing.
Sure. At least it's very inspiring to hear, because I know that a lot of people are desperate for sports right now. I myself am devastated that hockey hasn't come back yet.
Okay. Well, Grace, I got to tell you, I mean, I would even offer myself to go play for nothing. If they need a pinch hitter at a low salary rather than pay someone millions, I'll do it for $250,000. How's that sound? So there's an offer out to any ball clubs out there. I'm still in pretty good shape as a lefty hitter, so I can be a good lefty pinch hitter off the bench for somebody.
That's great. It's a great deal. So Mike, just to wrap things up, where can folks learn more about your organization and the great work you guys are doing in Rhode Island?
Pretty simple. You can see our full name back there, Rhode Island Center for Freedom and Prosperity, but our website's very easy, rifreedom.org. I'm not sure if that's on there behind me. But rifreedom.org, and I think it's RI Freedom on Facebook as well. So we'll look forward, and thank you, Grace, for doing this, and look forward to spreading the post around to all our supporters.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Mike. Really appreciate you joining.
Stay safe.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.